Welcome to another episode of Sitting with Shay. Today we're discussing the vital support needed by the LGBTQ youth and their families. I'm excited to have Youth Seen organization right here with us, providing a comprehensive support and services. Welcome, Dr. J, to the building.
Thank you.
Hello there. Thank you for joining me.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. I'm excited about this conversation. We know that it should be happening more in our community. And today we're going to have the hard conversation. Now, can you tell us a little bit, for the people that don't know about the Youth Seen org, can you tell us a little bit about Youth Seen and the inspiration behind starting this organization?
Yeah, I started it in 2017 when I moved to Colorado. Came from New York, and coming from New York, there's a lot more resources, and then coming here, there was kind of a culture shock.
Yes.
And I was at another organization first, and then opened up Youth Seen 6 months into it, and I really wanted to focus on mental health and wellness for QTBIPoC, so queer, trans, non-binary folks of color, because we need more of that.
We need more of that. QTBIPoC. I'm working on my language today, okay? I'm trying to get it right. I like to get it right. Now, when we think about the challenges that are happening in this community, what do you see as one of the biggest challenges that the youth continue to face, and how's Youth Seen helping address those challenges?
I think the big thing, as much as we are talking about mental health and wellness within our community, it's the connection with that. Where one of the things that I absolutely love about the youth nowadays is that there is much more openness about their queerness, and that is great. And what's still lacking is that connection. We are still recovering from COVID, because COVID's still a thing, that lack of connection. Kids are still trying to figure out what that looks like, and it has impacted their mental health, along with adults. It's not just the youth.
Yeah, I think I'm still recovering. So
Yeah.
I absolutely believe that. Now, how important is community and the support that they give to the LGBTQ plus youth? Is that vital to how they sustain and how they show up?
Absolutely. It's absolutely vital. It's even more important, like, yes, I keep going back to this whole representation, the representation for our adults, and knowing that adults feel comfortable with who they are allows for youth to really step in and say, if y'all can do it, then I can do it.
Yes. Speaking of language, like I said, I've been, seeing all these debates, a lot of them happening in media about pronouns. What do we say? What do we not say? Can you please, Dr. J, explain the importance of using pronouns, and how do we navigate this complexity if we're unsure about someone's pronouns? What do we do? How do we show up? Help us, educate us, please.
So one of the things that I usually stay quiet, because I like to gauge people and what that looks like. But my pronouns are they, them. And when I am going into different spaces and talking to folks, asking around pronouns is just as easy as, like, what's your name? How do you want to be referred to? And what are your pronouns? Once we normalize that it makes it much easier for our youth.
I love that. Gauge the scene first and then ask questions. I love that. When we think about success stories from Youth Seen and impact, I have looked at some of the impact myself. Can you just share some of the impact that you've seen really have upon the youth?
Well, in 2021, we were able to start Black Pride Colorado, which was huge. I'm still questioning as to why it took until 2021 for Denver to have Black Pride Colorado, but we're going to let that one go. It is being able to see our youth walk in the parade, in Pride, in wherever we have the ability to be out and showing up. Watching the confidence from these youth who first came to us and were shy and wouldn't talk, would be in the corner. And they are loud and proud. And it's something that it inspires me on a daily basis. It's these youth that keep me going on a daily basis. And one of the things that goes into it as well is we also have our camp. And in December, we acquired 63 acres of land, which is huge.
That's huge.
And the fact that we are the only summer camp, that focuses on queer youth of color nationally, which also I have questions around, but it's important because it's these youth. These youth take ownership of this land and are really coming out, volunteering, and making sure that their camp looks correct and is showing up for them in the way that they need it and allows them to get out in nature. So I think that's the big thing. And also watching these kids graduate from high school, coming back and making sure that they're still connected with the folks that they have connected with years prior. So it's an ongoing thing, and watching the confidence of these kids, I can talk for hours on them.
I really hold a special place for when a youth is able to be the fullest version of them. You know, when they're able to be poured into to say, I can show up authentically and not be ashamed of that. So you helping these students along the way doing this is pivotal, and we need this in our community. When we think about the future and the hopes and the plans for expanding Youth Scene, because I feel like this should be expanded, what does that look like for you?
That is a great question. Expansion. I know that we need this outside of Colorado. I mean, Colorado has been a very nurturing spot for Youth Scene to grow. And knowing what the youth are needing, I'm also watching what young adults need, so college age, because there is a huge gap of services around 18 to 24 and sometimes up to 28, and making sure that those resources are there. So we are looking at what it means to go out of the state on a national level and working with organizations so that there is a support network. I'm not a big fan of reinventing the wheel. I'm very much looking at other organizations who are doing the work as well and being able to connect with them so that we can just spread it out.
Ah, yes. When we're looking at home and there's a student watching this that hasn't had the opportunity to connect with Youth Scene org or an organization like this, what piece of advice can you give them at home? If they're still even struggling with being authentically who they are, please give them some advice.
Come outside. We are out here. Most of the events that we're out, community events, we pop up, and we're also very quiet about it too. So like, you can find us at the Black Arts Festival this weekend. We'll have a table. There will be folks to have conversations with and connect. And we do know that many youth may not feel comfortable with parents. You can text us. You can find us online. You can go through Instagram. Like, there are ways to connect with us.
There are ways to connect. Yes, the Black Arts Festival is this weekend.
Yes.
And that's a great place to go, especially for our youth of color that are looking for support. Please go find the support you need. Thank you, Dr. J. Tara, for sharing your invaluable insight and really for doing the work that our youth need. They want to be seen. They need to be seen. And it starts with people like you really putting in an investment into our community. So we see you. We applaud you. And remember, those of you out there creating a supportive and inclusive environment, well, it starts with each and every one of us. So you stay tuned for more enlightening discussions right here on Sitting with Shay J. Thank you so much for watching.